storm was over, and the sea was calm, and I was alive. And as I took my first steps in that unknown land, it felt strange and wonderful, as if I saw the world for the first time. And I watched the palm trees slowly swaying in the breeze. I remembered seeing children climbing them when we passed the last inhabited islands 2 weeks prior. It looked so easy. And there I found it, a bag from the ship, another lucky survivor of the storm. I could clearly hear there was something drinkable inside. It was then I realized how thirsty I really was. On the shore, I picked seashells, and I felt the first thrill of loneliness. Not many people I knew back in England were good swimmers, least of all me. But then I thought, how hard can it be? Just move your arms and keep your head above the water, Uncle Thomas used to say. I never saw him swim, though. The shards from the bottle really looked sharp. The last thing I wanted in this situation was getting cut.
Captain Abraham Smith, the Mary Ann, Friday, August the 5th, 1778.
As the date suggested, this log was written over 10 years. But who put it in a bottle? It made no sense to me. Although glad to be alive, soon I began to realize, in truth, how terrible was my condition. I had a dreadful deliverance, for I was wet, had no clothes to shift me, nor anything to eat or drink to comfort me. Neither did I see any prospects before me, but that of perishing with hunger or being devoured by the frying sun. Something in the back of my head told me a rope could be good to keep. A queer little creature it was. It put me in a good mood. I felt like giving it a name. Maybe Robert after a friend. Or Jane. On the beach I found driftwood, from a far-off continent, stranded there like me after many years at sea. I could already feel the sun burning my poor head, nearly bringing it to a boil. At that time, I would have given anything for a fine hat. It felt good somehow, keeping myself occupied. All day I worked on my new project, and for a while, gone was my thirst and hunger. I was rather proud of my work, and although it could use some improvements, it was a fine vessel and worthy of a good name. I decided to call it the Conqueror. It gave me some of my spirits back. Even though I was disappointed at first, I decided to keep it. Something told me I could make good use of this chest, maybe to store all my new belongings, and keep the Conqueror clean and tidy. I haven't yet told you how I ended up there, thousands of miles from my home country, or even told you who I am. On the ship they knew me as Francois Bonnet, the name I made up as I boarded in Botany Bay. My real name would probably have led to my death if anyone found out, or worse, put me back into the colony. I had the feeling that someone in the crew had already found my secret. But it was too late now. That ship was no more. I had seen it sink, most likely with everyone on board. Snitches, pompous captains, but also new comrades. I decided not to think about it.